Hi, I'm Kevin Eikenberry, and I'm here to help you reach your potential as a leader and a human being. Welcome to Remarkable TV and the Remarkable Leadership Podcast. If you happen to be watching on YouTube, thanks for joining us. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any future episodes. And today, our episode is about 5 reasons to say yes more often. Are you ready? Well, let's get started. Yes. We use that word a lot. We say yes a lot, sometimes maybe too often. In next week's episode, I'll talk about saying no, but there are times we don't say yes when maybe we could or even should. So what I want to do today is give you some things to think about, some reasons why you should say yes more often, or at least help you decide when you should or could say yes. Now, I'm going to share with you 5 reasons, but they're also questions that you can ask. In other words, someone makes a request of you that you can say yes or no to. You could use these reasons as questions to decide whether you should say yes or not. Let me give you these 5 reasons, and I think that'll all make more sense to you. So here we go. Say yes to learn. Like, from the experience that you might have, the request that someone makes, can you, would you, you get the chance to have an experience. You get the chance to learn from other people. There's chances to learn when we say yes. If we don't say yes, if we do nothing, in other words, there's probably not going to be much learning going on. Say yes to learning. Second, say yes to building your confidence. Like, you've said this to someone. How will you know until you try? Like, if you're not saying yes because you're afraid you won't succeed, then maybe you should try it to help you build not only some lessons and learning, but also your confidence. Reason number 3, say yes to find new opportunities. You don't know what will happen when you say yes. You don't know who you might meet, who you might get the chance to interact with. You might not understand what experiences might show up if you go to a new place or experience something new. Saying yes gives us the chance to find new opportunities, even if they're not immediately obvious in the moment. Number 4, say yes to expand your comfort zone. Like, saying yes might be new, might be something that's uncomfortable, but that's where the growth comes from, right? So saying yes can help us expand our comfort zone, see a different box that we're living in, perhaps expand and grow that, help us change, help us grow, help us learn. And number 5, say yes to greater fulfillment and joy. I mean, we could say that the opposite of saying yes in some cases might be staying on the couch. Well, I'll just stay home. Not much joy there. I mean, we might enjoy being by ourselves. Nothing wrong with that, of course. But it's that new opportunity. It's that new thing. It's that new experience, that richness that comes from that can often only come from saying yes. So I've given you 5 reasons. Say yes to learn. Say yes to build your confidence. Say yes to find new opportunities. Say yes to expand your comfort zone, and say yes to find greater fulfillment and joy. The idea is that anytime you get asked to do something, when you're deciding to say yes, you could say, will this help me learn? Will this build my confidence? Will this help me find new opportunities? And you can use those reasons as questions to help you decide if you will say yes or if you'll say no. Let's close with today's remarkable reminder. When we say yes, we have the chance to experience new things, learn new things, and enrich our lives. Speaking of enriching your lives, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday every week, we send out a very short little inspirational newsletter called Your Remarkable Day. I hope you'll say yes to subscribe to Your Remarkable Day, and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, finding a way to start your day in a more effective, positive, and useful way. You can learn more and sign up by going to kevineikenberry.com/newsletters. And when you do that, I'll see you each week. And I hope I'll see you right here next week for another episode of Remarkable TV and the Remarkable Leadership Podcast.